Girl makes bet with school bully in front of the whole class. If you block him, he will call you wife in the next second. His classmates laughed at him for overestimating his own abilities. Who doesn't know that the school bully is misogynistic? I hate girls who are always trying to get close to me. But who knew that the school bully choked up with red eyes and said, "My wife, don't you dare throw me away again." It turns out that the school bully in his previous life had a crush on Su Wanyu for many years, because of being too self-conscious and sensitive. So I haven't confessed yet until the girl was paralyzed in an accident. He used a company worth hundreds of billions of yuan as a gift, married her without hesitation, and took great care of her for many years. Now I'm back in high school. Su Wanyu decided to take the initiative. She looked around, but didn't see Zu Wan. I bestie instantly understood that the schoolmaster didn't come today. I heard that he recently started dating a girl from a vocational high school. Maybe he went with his partner. Hearing this, Su Wanyu felt depressed. Wang has changed girlfriends more frequently than he has changed clothes recently. What about low self-esteem in high school? A sensitively crush on him. It's all bullshit. I don't believe it. He returned to his seat angrily. And Zu Wan didn't know if he was really accompanying his girlfriend. There was no day of competition. After school, the squad leader invited Su Wanyu to accompany him to find Zu Wan. I was afraid of being misunderstood and added the student union is about to start the inspection. He will lose class points if he skips class. As a monitor, I have to share the worries of the teacher and the class. In her previous life, Su Wanyu didn't want to have anything to do with the school bully. So I didn't go, but this time he changed his mind just in time to go see Zu Wan. Which girlfriend are you flirting with? So he readily agreed. In the residential building on the other side, two little brothers are playing games in the living room. Zhu Ziming glanced at the clock on the wall. It's already 7 p.m. Why hasn't Wan woken up yet? Song Fei on the sofa. Fei Jiodi agreed. Yes, it is time to eat. How about I go wake him up? The two brothers looked at each other. Stop it or say goodbye. Wang, she doesn't like others entering his bedroom. We haven't been they. Song Fei glared at them, arrogant. But I'm not someone else, I'm his girlfriend. Wang is the boyfriend he robbed in a fight, but after a few days of getting along, not to mention physical contact. I can't even say a few words this time. I came home. He was determined to take things a step further with Zu Wang. Unexpectedly, he just arrived at the bedroom door. Zu Wang lazily pushed the door open and came out. His hair is messy. There was no expression of interest on his indifferent face. Yanyan ordered the two younger brothers to stop playing, go to eat. After playing games all afternoon, Zhu Ziming was already hungry. He dropped the controller and followed Zu Wang. Several people are not in harmony with each other discussing what to eat. Unexpectedly, when I opened the door, I ran into the squad leader and Su Wanyu. Zhu Ziming was startled by them. Who is the one shouting? Why are you standing at someone's door so late at night? The monitor saw Zu Wang at a glance. He introduced himself with a blushing face. I'm Mio Yuxuan, the monitor of class 7. Wang, we are here to find you for school tomorrow. Otherwise our class will be deducted points. I hope you have a sense of collective honor. Don't hold the class back. The boy seemed to have heard something funny. He raised his eyebrows and said with a smirk, I'm sorry. I've never had a sense of collective honor. If you don't want to be held back, you can change classes. The monitor was instantly furious. It's a waste that you had such good grades in junior high school. Now I'm so self-degrading. Are you worthy of your parents? As soon as this was said, the younger brothers who were watching the fun suddenly felt uneasy. Because Zu Wang's father is a gambler. The year of the high school entrance exam, I had to pay 2,000 yuan. He accidentally killed his mother. It was also from that time his temperament has changed to what it is now. So the words, parents, have always been his forbidden zone. Yesterday was his mother's death anniversary. He stayed at the grave for a day. Just got back this morning. They didn't even dare to ask. Now here comes this shitty squad leader. Don't bring up the issue. As expected, Zu Wang's eyes suddenly turned cold. Since the monitor is so nosy, why don't we play a game? After you win, I will listen to you. The squad leader didn't hear the strength in his words. Instead, I was confident that I could tame him. I promised you to invite Zu Wang into the living room. Su Wanyu followed inwardly. Zu Wang frowned when he saw him. Did I invite you? Pearls are soft and sticky. Under his strong pressure, she looks even more obedient. The moment my eyes met the girl's, Zu Wang felt like he was half burned by fire. Annoyed. Let him go out first. Aggressive attitude. Su Wanyu's mood hit rock bottom, but he didn't want to give up. I want to stay here. He said this with tears in his eyes. Zu Wan was so angry that he laughed. I was scared like this after just saying 2 words. If I stay and see his next bad behavior, I'm afraid I'll have to avoid him for the rest of my life. Look, the little girl is about to cry. Zhu Ziming quickly came out to smooth things over. Don't scare the little girl. If he wants to stay, let him stay. You know shit, the bitch has no intention of leaving yet. Zu Wang suddenly grabbed his wrist and locked him in the bedroom. Everyone present had a changed expression. Su Wanyu knocked on the door and begged Zu Wang to let him out. However, no response was received. The room seems to be well soundproofed. He pricked up his ears and listened for a long time, but I can't hear anything. The girl sighed. Although I don't know why King Zhu did this, but it seems that he will not be released for a while. He bit his lip resignedly. Look up and find this place is so clean it doesn't look like a boy's room. There are several books neatly placed on the desk. There are previous lives such as artificial intelligence and data security. Zu Wang's success seems to be related to computers. It turns out that he has already started to choose himself so early. The room is not big. His scent is everywhere. Zu Wanyu shouldn't touch his things. Can only stand in the corner, hurriedly pray for premature ejaculation. Let him out. The remaining people in the living room looked at each other with approval. Zu Wang doesn't care what they think. I don't even bother wasting time explaining. He took an apple out of the refrigerator and threw it to the monitor. Then put him on top. The game is simple. I'll just dart over here. As long as you don't hide, you win. Looking at Han Guang's dart, The girl's face turned pale. He knew Xiao Da was not joking. Zhu Wang doesn't have much patience, grabbed a dart and threw it. Mao Yuxuan was frightened, screaming, and sitting on the ground with a bang. The dart cut through the air and pierced the opposite wall. Waves of questions arise behind my ears. Mao Yuxuan's face turned pale with fear, because that was where his face was originally. There was no longer any shadow in his eyes when he looked at Zhu Wang. Only deep fear remains. This guy is a lunatic. He got up in a panic and ran out crying. Zhu Wang stood up with a silly smile. Tell the rest of you to go eat. Don't mind me. Zhu Ziming looked at the bedroom door, tentatively asked that Wan Ji, our school beauty, is famous for being timid. He was also frightened just now. If there is nothing wrong, just let the girl go. Zhu Wang still looks carefree. Did I say I won't let go? And I still eat him? Hearing this, Zhu Ziming looked gloomy. Who knows? Xiao made Meihao look at him angrily. Put away your dirty thoughts. Get out of here. Seeing Zhu Ziming continue to argue, Chen Xin quickly covered his mouth. Pull people aside. Let's go eat. Why worry about nothing? Wang Ji knows what's going on. When did you see him come back? This is true. Although Zhu Wang changes girlfriends every few days, but he never did anything out of the ordinary. I won't take advantage of other girls. On the contrary, those girls will try every possible way to take advantage of him. Before leaving, Zhu Ziming was still worried and reminded the school beauty is a well-known good girl. Brother Wen should let him go back as soon as possible. Be careful not to make people cry again. Zhu Wang impatiently told him to hurry up and pass Chen Xing, hooking Zhu Ziming's neck. He walked out. Yes, I will drag him out and behead him right away. After they left, Song Feifei, who had been keeping a cold face, suddenly spoke up. Do you like him? The school bully rubbed his neck and didn't answer. Song Feifei continued to ask while pinching her fingers. I know how you can be so careless. Are you worthy of me? Zhu Wang looked at him coldly. I've always been a playboy. You know it now. Talk if you can. If we can't talk, we'll break up. Song Feifei's eyes were sore from anger, biting her lips. As a school beauty in vocational high school, the people chasing him and line up from here to France. Others all coaxed and praised him. Only Zhu Wan was always indifferent to him. Even the title of girlfriend is self-proclaimed by him. Once the breakup, Zhu Wan will definitely not keep him. His eyes were red with anger until my fingertips are numb from being pinched. Only then reluctantly turned away. After everyone leaves, Zhu Wankai walked to the bedroom and opened the door. Seeing the little girl standing in the corner, I couldn't help but laugh foolishly. What are you doing? Huano glanced at him angrily. I like standing, the boy asked him with a smile. Am I that scary? Susuwanyu replied in a low voice. It's not scary. Zuansi continued to tease her with a smile. Not scary? Why don't you look me in the eyes and answer her? The tone of command made the girl look up. Otherwise, don't even think about leaving tonight. Shuwanyu raised her eyes, subconsciously watery eyes. This made Zhu Wang's heart skip a beat. He tightened his jaw and said nothing. To ease the embarrassment, the girl avoided him and came to the living room as if nothing had happened. Because the sound insulation is so good, he had no idea what was going on outside. There's no one outside, he asked my classmates in confusion. Already gone. What game did you play with him? Lu Wang sat on the sofa in a naughty way and didn't tell you. Seeing him so arrogant, Wanyu knew that she couldn't ask anything, so he changed the subject. So will you go to school tomorrow? The school bully raised his eyebrows and asked me why I was going back. The little girl was stunned by his question. We simply made up a reason, because we are students, so you have to study hard day up. The boy, Miyu, stretched out his laziness and laughed out loud. That's your job as a good student. And I'm a bad student who smokes and skips classes. You know bad students. What is the first rule? Girl is fierce. What the hell is this bad student code of conduct? It sounds very unorthodox. He stared at Zhu Wen blankly. So what is it? The boy curled his lips. The lazy answer is that classes are prohibited. Must be absent. Zhu Wanyu looked at him speechlessly. It's really made up. This look is like a kitten's paw. It touched the boy's heart. Zhu Wan walked up to him and asked the little classmate softly, you really want me to go to school? Zhu Wanyu nodded shyly. Next, the school bully's hot breath splashed on his ears. Why do you want to abandon the baby? Straightforward and naked teasing make the girl's face hung. Zhu Wan with a shallow smile let his fair little face be stained with the sunset. It burned all the way to his neck, where he shouldn't have been lying. Then go down. Suddenly he seemed to realize something. Shu Ran turned his face away with a dry mouth. Zhu Wanyu took a few steps back. Ask me. Answer me. I'm going home. Zhu Wan grabbed his wrist. The gentle touch made the heated discussion he had just suppressed rising again. I'll take you back. He is tough and will not tolerate rejection. Take the key. He stuffed another helmet into the girl's arms. Pull him downstairs. Soon the roar of the locomotive followed closely behind. The boy came to him and slowly stopped. Suddenly, his mother called him. Ruayu, it's already past 8 o'clock. Why haven't you come back yet? Suwanyu feels a little guilty. Yayo, and I came to the pedestrian street to eat. Don't worry, I'll be back soon. Mom didn't take well to his words. Then you come back early. After hanging up the phone, the girl got in the car obediently. 2 hands hurriedly supported behind. Zhu Wang adjusted the rearview mirror and asked him to hold onto him. You'll be thrown out. Seeing the little girl had no choice but to grab the corner of his clothes to prevent my family from finding out, he asked Zhu Wang to park 2 streets away. Thus come down after a few days of rain. The streets are cleaner than ever. The air is filled with the smell of soul. Suwan hasn't seen you for a long time. Now I feel so free and easy after being paralyzed in the previous life. His world path only has that room and that bed. Now he greedily enjoys the taste of summer. Gradually, more and more people appear on the road. The girl suddenly discovered. This doesn't seem like his way home. He lowered his voice and asked Zhu Wang, how come you come to the pedestrian street? The school bully secretly pokes the grandfather. You Dao, a good student, cannot lie to his mother, so I'll take you here for dinner first. After parking the car, ask him what he wants to eat in his previous life. The boy always indulged, so that now Su Wanyu doesn't even know what he likes to eat, so the little girl asked back, do you want to eat anything? His voice is soft and sweet with a small face of pink waxy looks like a beautiful cream cake in the window. The boy's Adam's apple rolled. Tell him, I want dessert. Su Wanyu was very surprised. I didn't expect this evil dragon boy would like sweets. Desserts can be eaten as meals? He asked in a negotiating tone. After dinner, I'll buy it for you again. And Zhu Wang to make a smile. Finally they went to eat 2 bowls of wontons. Zhu Wang was not in a hurry. After finishing his meal sitting opposite and watching him silently, his eyes are burning. The girl looked a little embarrassed. After eating a few I put down my chopsticks and told him I was full. Zioba looked at the remaining half bowl of wontons, joking that I eat less than a cat. My little classmate, you are so easy to raise. Su Wanyu paid secretly. Anyone who is stared at by you in that way, you're not in the mood to eat. After coming out, he took Zhu Wang to a dessert shop. Let him choose freely, but don't be too expensive, preferably within 100. After all, his pocket money is limited now. The school bully was amused by him and laughed as expected. Boss Su is still generous in the end. Zhu Wang chose a similar bunny cake for girls. Su Wanyu was about to pay the bill, but he got there first. He is also called a big boy. How to get a girl to pay? What about the little holy city that the girl doesn't agree with? I just said I invited you. After receiving the cake, Zhu Wang laughed and teased, I really want to use 100 yuan to soak. Bro, it's expensive, my dear student. You must continue to work hard. The girl blushed from face to ears instantly. Who wants to date you? Even if you want to soak, it shouldn't be done this way. It's getting late. Zhu Wang took him all the way as agreed. He was sent to the street corner. He took it back after taking 2 steps and asked the school bully, will you go to school tomorrow? Zhu Wang casually put the helmet he had worn on his head. The girl's unique fragrance instantly filled my nose. His voice softened. We'll know tomorrow. The little girl nodded. I hope to see you at school tomorrow. Although Zhu Wang is gifted, but Su Wanyu still hopes that this path he can walk more smoothly. However, the next morning when I was reading, the school bully still hasn't come. Same as last life. The monitor has been listless since morning. He was still lying on the table until the bell rang. I don't know what happened yesterday, but Su Wanyu thought about it. I couldn't help but quietly remind the monitor that class was about to start. Ao Yuxuan raised his head, crying with tears in my eyes while wiping away tears and choking. She told him the school bully is so scary. I don't care about him anymore. Better stay away from him. There was reluctance and complaint in his tone. After I left yesterday, he didn't do anything to you. Su Wanyu sugar color, of course he. What else can I do? Obviously, the monitor is unlucky. Vin lectured him. He has a girlfriend. If you don't want to cause trouble, it's best not to care about him anymore. Su Wanyu didn't want to continue arguing. Zhu Wang doesn't come to school. How should I care about him? Mao Yuxuan was choked and speechless for a moment. He suddenly felt my timid and cowardly deskmate. Now it's different than before. The classroom was very quiet when the class started, but there was a burst of laughter in the corridor. The footsteps gradually get closer and closer. The teacher frowned and asked the students to close the door. A boy just stood up. 3 tall figures suddenly appeared at the door. Report. Zhu Wang's voice is lazy. It seems that I haven't woken up yet. Chen Xingyi and Zhu Ziming followed closely behind. I feel so sleepy that I feel like a fairy has sucked away my foreign spirit. The teacher waved his hands helplessly. Let them go back to their seats. Zhu Wang walked to his seat obediently, then continued to sleep. The 2 younger brothers are just like him. Seeing a table is as familiar as seeing a bed. The teacher's eyes stayed on Zhu Wang for a moment. I feel very sad. He won the special prize in the national mathematics competition in junior high school. Then, as the top scorer in the high school entrance examination, passed the entrance exam to No. 1 middle school. I wanted to cultivate it well, but who knew that after the first year of high school, he either sleeps in class or leaves class early. Not only did the results plummet, he even became a famous school bully. But if he really can't do anything, forget it. But every math test, only the last question is written. The key is to answer correctly. Teacher Wang always believes that as long as he is willing to write, at least my math grades are not bad. However, he was helpless. I can only hope that Zhu Wang can come to his senses and get back on track soon. The arrival of the school bully made the whole class excited. After class, the class was whispering in groups of 3 or 2. Yayo found Su Wanyu, and her eyes lit up with excitement. Today is the closest I've ever been to a school bully. He is really handsome. The whole class he tirelessly praises Zhu Wang's handsomeness. I left with a sense of unfulfilled desire until class started. He just left. Mao Yuxuan snorted behind him. What a nympho. Su Wanyu frowned. Appreciating beauty is human instinct. Yayo is my friend, don't say that to him. Mao Yuxuan felt that Su Wanyu seemed to have a problem with him. I can't help being a little arrogant, but I didn't mention any names. You have any evidence that I'm talking about him? Not good at arguing with others. Minlip is not talking. Mao Yuxuan became even more arrogant when he saw this. You're overthinking. Okay. If you use this effort on learning, the results will definitely not be like now. Next few classes, the 2 of them didn't talk, as if they were angry. The culprit Zhu Wan until lunch break. I was still sleeping on the table, and Su Wanyu was packing her school bag. Glancing back, when I was hesitating whether to wake up Zhu Wan, Mao Yuxuan suddenly stood up and walked to the back row. He walked up to the school bully, knocked on the table. Zhu Wan, don't sleep anymore. The school bully is twisting you. Don't you want to ignore it? But the voice continued. It's time to go to lunch. I slept all morning. Why haven't you gotten enough sleep? Finally he raised his head in annoyance in her relaxed eyes. There was the displeasure of being woken up, no warmth in the eyes. Mao Yuxuan suddenly remembered what happened yesterday. Min explained that as a class monitor, I'm just kindly reminding you to remember to eat. After saying that, he quickly trotted away. Zhu Wan was irritable and wanted to lose his temper, but I could see Su Wan's eclipse. The curse words that came up suddenly got stuck in my throat. He raised the corner of his lip. He raised his legs and kicked the 2 snoring people next to him. Zhu Ziming jumped up and cursed, and there was an earthquake. Run away. Zhu Wang scolded him without hesitation. Silly dog. After reacting, Zhu Ziming finally relaxed. Brother Wan, why did you kick me? Zhu Wang ignored him, patted Chen Xing, who was still a little confused. Let's go eat. He was the first to leave the classroom. Eclipse Vesu, and it seems that I accidentally rubbed his arm. Sure enough, the girl looked up at him. The pair of eyes set against the two pink cheeks are dark green. I'm sorry, little classmate. I didn't mean it. Are you injured? Su Wanyu waved her hands embarrassedly and said, I'm fine. The boy raised his eyebrows and said, it's okay. How about I bring you milk tea at noon to make it up to you? It's rare to see Brother Wang looking so worthless. Zhu Ziming also followed and helped with the gun. Yes, our Wan, she never likes to owe others. Don't let him make up for it. He will always remember you have the heart to let him stay up all day long because of this matter, feeling guilt. Although most of the classmates have left, but there are still many students studying in the classroom, Su Wanyu didn't want to argue with him in public. Finally had to compromise after getting the answer. Zhu Wang did not bother him anymore. Walk out cleanly after they left. Wang Xiao, who witnessed the whole process, he came over with a gossipy look on his face. Su Wanyu signaled him to go out with her eyes. Besides, their dog came to a small forest. The gossip spirit of my best friend is ignited. There's nothing wrong. The school bully actually wants to buy you milk tea. If I could drink the milk tea sent by the school bully, I'd rather die. Su Wanyu's mouth twitched, but there was no need for that. Ha ha ha, I'm just saying. A cup of milk tea still can't save my life, at least 2 cups, but I found the school bully seems to be different from the legend. Pretty polite to you. Su Wanyu nodded in agreement. Maybe, probably. By the way, Yu Wang Xia blinked and pleaded, afternoon, and I touched the milk tea that the school bully bought. So if we round it up, it means he treated me to a drink. Su Wanyu didn't know whether to laugh or cry. What I have, my girlfriend must have let me buy you some milk tea. Is it true that Wang Xia is holding his arm in a dramatic way? My moon is so good. I declare that at this moment, my best friend is more important than anything else. School bullies and all that have to step aside. After lunch, the 3 school bullies walked into a milk tea shop. Zhu Ziming slept for the whole morning. Ow, that I have eaten and drunk enough. I want to go play. However, several proposals were rejected by Zhu Wan. I thought Wang Ji took the job in the afternoon. He told them seriously nothing to do in the afternoon. Go back and study hard and concentrate on your classes. These words came from Zhu Wang's mouth. Somewhat spooky until I saw him put the milk tea in on Su Wanyu's desk. Zhu Ziming suddenly realized what kind of students should study hard and make progress every day. Think Brother Wan is attracted to our school beauty. No wonder we were called to school early in the morning. Zez's school beauty is really charming. Chen Xin doesn't want to bother with this stupid dog. In fact, he saw it last night. He whispered to you to stop asking about Wang Ji's affairs. Zhu Ziming snorted. The more you don't let him ask, the more curious he becomes. So he approached Zhu Wang and said with a grin, Brother Wang, you told me secretly. Did you come to this school just for the school bell? Zhu Wang picked some plums. You are very idle. Isn't this caring about you? I heard you had an emergency call yesterday. As a result, I didn't make any money today and came to school. In fact, he and Chen Xin both come from good families. But Zhu Wang is different. He can only make money by making software. Daoba didn't answer. Smiling, he motioned for him to come over. Zhu Zimin hurried over. As a result, Zhu Wang gave him a harsh talk. Damn, Brother Wan, you want to silence me. Desperate expression, careless, but there is a warning in his eyes. Don't say something carelessly. If this gets out, I'll kill you. Zhu Ziming knew what he was worried about. The school beauty looks cute, but is timid. If there is something going on with this big devil, he'll probably cry. Besides, Brother Wang seems to care about Su Wanyu's feelings. Even talking to him is done in secret. Zhu Ziming immediately shook his head like a wave drum. What kind of dog am I? I don't know anything. Zhu Wang was amused by him. After Diddy cursed, lying back on the table. I started to catch up on my sleep. He did take a job recently. The other party needs it urgently. I originally planned to come back to school after finishing it. But someone said they wanted to see him at school. He had no choice but to come early. He was the one who stayed up all night typing code. I didn't sleep for 2 nights. When Su Wanyu came back in the afternoon, there was indeed a cup of mango sago on the table. He subconsciously put the milk tea into the hole in the table. After I realized no one knows that this was bought by Zhu Wang, why does he need to hide? So he took out the milk tea and drank a few sips. Warm, not very sweet, but very warm. When Zhao Yuxuan came back, she saw that Zhu Wang had not missed class. He was immediately delighted. It seems that he still listened to what I said yesterday. This shows that he is not particularly hopeless. So I made up my mind, we must bring Zhu Wang into the right soul. Su Wanyu is a little suspicious. I don't understand why the monitor suddenly became nervous. Even in class, I became more active. But he didn't think much about it. Zhu Wang slept for another afternoon. The last self-study class, a student union, came to check discipline. The one looking back is Ye Jinyan, the president of the student union. He's a well-known academic bully. But every time, the difference is only a few points. District residence is below Mao Yuxuan. He glanced at the back of the classroom. I lowered my head and wrote something in the notebook. Then he led a group of people away as the class monitor. Mao Yuxuan quickly followed him out. Mr. Yi, did our class lose points? The night view is beautiful, and I replied calmly that someone is not wearing a school uniform. After that, continue to go to the next flat. Mao Yuxuan grabbed his clothes and said with a smile, Student Yi, otherwise, let it go this time. Can you give me another chance? Yi Jinyan frowned and asked him to let go, but Mao Yuxuan held on tighter. For my sake, can you please give me some leniency? Seeing this, Yi Jinyan pushed up her glasses. Haven't you heard a saying? Only those who are good looking are called coquettish. You are ugly. That's called being wild. Let go now. I have other classes to check. When Yan Mao Yuxuan is going crazy, he returned to the classroom angrily. After adjusting your mood, put your textbooks away, go to the table, hook your hair and walk in front of Zhu Wang. Suddenly everyone stretched their necks to watch. Mao Yuxuan felt the gazes coming from all directions. His strong vanity made him straighten his back. Plucked up the courage to knock on the school bully's desk leg. Zhu Ziming quickly stopped the squad leader and said, "Stop shouting. Wang Ji hates it most when someone disturbs his sleep. Be careful, he loses his temper with you." However, Mao Yuxuan didn't care. I deliberately raised my voice. Also shouted this morning. Isn't he angry? Sincerity and seeing through without saying it out loud. I thought it was because he ran fast. Slow down for 2 seconds. Zhu Ziming looked incredulous. Seeing this, Mao Yuxuan became even more proud. Continue to twist and knead and call Zhu Wang artificially. Don't sleep anymore. Zhu Ziming shuddered, funny, imitating his tone of voice. It's really weird that you suddenly talk like this. People are so scared. A coquettish tone. The whole class burst into laughter. Mao Yuxuan glared at Zhu Ziming angrily. At this time, the school bully who had been lying on the table moved slowly a few times. The classroom that was noisy a second ago suddenly became quiet. Zhu Ziming quickly leaned over to look at his brother. You're awake. Our monitor is looking for you. Zhu Wan angrily called him an idiot. When he just woke up, his voice was still a little gray and hoarse. Mao Yuxuan's ears were numb from the blast. With a red face, he spoke nervously. The students will come to check today, because you three didn't wear school uniforms. Let our class lose points, so I want to ask you why you don't wear school uniforms. Zhu Wan ignored him. After drinking the water, I lazily got up and walked out. Mao Yuxuan did not give up. Keep following behind. He confidently believed Zhu Wan came to school today because of him. Maybe that's how he is. Cold mouth, but I took his words to heart. So Mao Yuxuan looked, looking at his back. Zhu Wan, now that you are here, you must abide by the school's rules. Remember to wear your school uniform when you come to class tomorrow, otherwise I'll be angry. Zhu Wan didn't give him any face at all. He left without even looking back. Don't bother with me. Unexpectedly, Mao Yuxuan was not annoyed that I was the class monitor. I don't care. Who cares about you? After washing the excitement, everyone had different expressions. After school went, Xia couldn't help but imitate the monitor with her voice. Remember to wear your school uniform for class tomorrow, otherwise I'm angry. I'm the monitor. I don't care. Who cares about you? After saying that, he reached into the air. I bet he caught up with Su Wanyu on his bike. The monitor absolutely loves the school bully. Su Wanyu said indifferently, that's his business. The little girl was dissatisfied with this. I just can't stand his pretentiousness. Saying that the school bully is a scumbag. As a result, I turned around and stuck to him again. It's so funny, the more he talks, the angrier he gets. Why do you devalue others? It's not shameful to like Zhu Wang. Su Wanyu nodded in agreement. There's really nothing to be ashamed of in liking him. Yes, but what Xiaoda did today is really cool. Haha, stop caring about me. I'm so handsome. I love the girl so much. And nodded again. Very handsome indeed. The young Zhu Wan was indeed very reckless and arrogant, because their homes are not in the same direction. After coming out, Su Wanyu had to ride home alone. I saw the math class representative not far away. His eyes suddenly lit up. Hurry up and ask him the book you lent me today where to buy reference books. During the break, he borrowed a complete mathematics textbook from Zheng Jai. The knowledge points inside are very detailed. It was very helpful for him. Zheng Jai told me that the book was recommended by a neighbor. Ordinary bookstores don't have. You can go to the Jiuhua bookstore. Maybe you can buy it there. When you want to buy, you can call me. I'll take you there. Su Wanyu is very pleased. Thank you. The two people continued to ride side by side. Little did they know that Zhu Wan was following behind them. They smoked 2 cigarettes in the toilet before coming out. I didn't expect to meet that little white rabbit. Zhu Ziming drank quietly and called the school beauty. Who is that guy next to you? Chen Zina squinted and looked at him for a while. Finally concluded that it looks familiar, but don't know. The little yellow-haired boy rubbed his back teeth. They are not in love, are they? Why are you wearing couple outfits? Enzing was so angry at this silly magpie that he laughed at Zhu Ziming. You really should check your brain. Damn couple costumes. Look carefully. That's the school uniform. Zhu Ziming was stunned for a moment. I suddenly felt that what I just said was very stupid. Yes, it is indeed a school uniform. I said, why does it look familiar? Enzing left in disgust. Don't fucking say I know you. Zhu Ziming was making a fuss while planning to show them a show of breaking up a couple. Unexpectedly, Zhu Wang called him back home. Hearing this, the little yellow-haired boy asked knowingly, where are you, Brother Wang? Without waiting for Zhu Wang to answer, Chen Zina teased and took the lead in answering the question. What else could he do? Of course I went to Kaiping. The two suddenly smiled at each other, watching Zhu Wang speed up and ride behind him. The school bully was caught in the corner of his eye, pulling the corner of his mouth uncomfortably. Wang brother Zhu Wang raised his eyelids lazily. Is this the road to your home? Although I don't understand why the school bully asked this, but adhering to the principle of unity and friendly coexistence among classmates, he still answered truthfully. Yes. My home is at the intersection ahead. After saying that, Zhu Wang sped up and rode past them. Su Wanyu looked at his back. The eyes are filled with a gentle smile. At this time, Zheng Jai murmured to him anxiously. He asked me what I was doing. The girl bent over in amusement, the corners of his mouth. Be concerned about you. The class representative was so frightened that he trembled all over. Quick replay. I didn't mess with him today. In cared for by the school bully. It's a really creepy thing. Su Wanyu hesitated and spoke. I don't think Zhu Wang's that scary. He might just want to ask you. Zheng Jai immediately shook his head like a wave drum. Impossible. I must have offended Brother Wang in some way. Zheng Jai thought absent-mindedly all the way. When we reached the fork in the road, I even forgot to say goodbye to him. It seems that the dragon boy is indeed worthy of his reputation. After Su Wanyu turned a corner, seeing Zhu Wang staring at him, he raised his mouth. Just keep riding forward as if nothing happened. He didn't stop until he passed by. The young King Xiaosheng blended into the evening wind, blowing his ears red. He rode his bicycle slowly to catch up, riding alongside him, easily sweep across the lake, creating ripples. After a long silence, Zhu Wang turned his head and called him. Su Wanyu, girl's smile is very sweet. I thought you could hold back and keep silent. Slow speech with grandfather's tone, like a piece of candy wrapped in poison. Zhu Wang, Mimi, someone asked, what did you say to that boy just now? Su Wanyu was a little speechless. The boy's name was Zheng Jai. You don't even know their name. Why scare him? Zhu Wang is innocent. How could I scare him? Why not? People have been reading it all the way year after year. I'm afraid I've offended you. Zhu Wang doesn't want to talk about that boy. He was more concerned about what the two had just said. Seeing him, the attitude of not giving up until the answer is given, the girl is a little helpless, so obediently I told him I was going to the bookstore this weekend. So you want to join us that day? Wang raised his eyebrows, pretending to be calm. Are you dating me? The girl didn't answer him and raised the corner of his mouth, casual tone. The answer will be said later. Zhu Wang and Su Wanyu's homes are not in the same direction. He sent him to the street corner, just like yesterday. It's not completely dark yet at 7 o'clock. Su Wanyu rode 2 steps and then stopped, looked back at him. The boy seemed to feel something. I cried and turned my head to meet his eyes. The girl's face was suddenly covered with red clouds. Obviously the distance is very far, can be in the air. I seem to still hear the boy's laughter while smoking a cigarette. After returning, Zhu Wang is also ready to start the next work. He parked his bike downstairs, thinking about tonight's work, walking upstairs absent-mindedly since the house is a bit old. The lights in the hallway are sometimes dim. Zhu Wang is not afraid that Hai Yi is too lazy to speak. Just keep going up like this. As soon as I got to the door, I saw a worried face. The woman smacked her head and smiled at him. Zhu Wang was impatient and asked where the hell the female ghost came from. Get out of here or I'll turn you into ashes. Song Feifei was mistaken for a female ghost. His face looked very ugly. To see Zhu Wang today, he even specially did a makeover. He awkwardly reminded the female ghost, Zhu Wang is me. Laughing and half-heartedly replied, what are you doing squatting at my doorstep? Song Feifei explained, I've been waiting for you here for a long time. My brother opened a bar, you go with me. Zhu Wang is too lazy to talk nonsense. Just tell him you are not free these 2 days. He had never taken the initiative before. No rejection at it, but today I suddenly felt tired. He doesn't want to play anymore. The girl didn't give up and asked, when are you free? He licked his lips, coldly speaking, there is no time for Song Feifei obviously also heard his implication. The voice suddenly turned cold. What do you mean? After laughing, Tame looked at him and found nothing interesting. Li Xintong, let's break up. Song Feifei's face instantly turned blue with anger. Zhu Wang, you bastard. Li Xintong is your ex-girlfriend's name. In dim light a hint of embarrassment flashed across the boy's eyes. After thinking for a moment he spoke again, Ju what ya, let's break up. Song Feifei was so angry that she was shaking all over. My fucking name isn't Ju what ya. Ju Shay is not your ex-girlfriend's name. His name is Ju Yargo. Zhu Wang had a lot of doubts in his little head. So what's your name? Forget it. No matter what your name is anyway. You also share. Song Feifei was stunned for the first time in his life. His mind was blank. He thinks he's bad enough. However, compared with Zhu Wang, it's just a drop in the bucket. We've been talking for almost a week. He doesn't even know his own name. Zhu Wang ignored it. Go up the stairs step by step. Song Feifei was furious. Ask why you broke up. Is it because of him? The girl you locked in your bedroom yesterday. Seeing him pause, he knew he was right. You two have known each other for a long time, right? As expected, judging from her appearance, she must be a vixen. There to steal my boyfriend, I won't let him go. After saying that, he walked downstairs in his high heels. Zhu Wang called him, I'm warning you to try and touch him. Song Feifei knows Zhu Wang is different from other boys of the same age. His fierceness always makes people fascinated. Why didn't he get it? Others can easily get. Song Feifei's extreme. When Zhu Wang was protecting Su Wanyu reached the top, I touched him. What happened? Why should I listen to you? I want to see what he can do. How dare you go against me? Hearing this, Zhu Wang did not give up or get angry. Instead, he laughed arrogantly. If you move him, I will make you regret being born. If you don't believe me, try. He closed the door. To be honest, Song Feifei was a little scared. But he was very unwilling. He was too sad. I have to find a brother. Just cried and complained. So half an hour later he came to tonight bar. The boss is the son of the richest man in the city. I like him quite a lot recently. But I heard that he played a little bit abnormal, so Song Feifei kept him hanging. I just recognized him as my brother. But Fu Zio is not stupid. Knowing that Song Feifei has been hanging him, he talks about love with willingness. He doesn't have that intention, and he doesn't force it. At worst, I can just change it. Song Feifei didn't have time to cry in this movie. I heard that Mr. Fu recently got a new girlfriend. Not only looks pure and lovely, her manners are also very elegant and generous. It turns out that Fu Sha likes this one. Recently Song Feifei suddenly had an idea. Due to Zhu Wang's warning, he really didn't dare to move Su Wanyu, but the promotion is different. He has status and position. Even if Zhu Wang was attacked, he couldn't defeat him. Promotion while your new girlfriend is in the bathroom sitting next to him. I asked him how it was. Is your new sister-in-law very nice? Song Feifei nodded in agreement. Looks really good, but I have seen more pure and obedient ones than my sister-in-law. Fu Zio immediately came up curiously. Can anyone be prettier than you? Song Feifei deliberately kept him on suspense and said, of course, she's 10 times prettier than me. It's just a pity, Mr. Fu. You are already in a relationship. Fu Zio didn't care what this was. I will separate from your sister-in-law someday. Bring him to me if you have a chance. The girl curled her lips and smiled sinisterly. There is a good opportunity right now.